like you.
Hey, cheap, mate, cheap. I've got a mattress in my room, that's where I stay.
Just have a king hen suite.
You're a Craig Bellamy, I just sleep in my office.
The king suite.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
Basic, I tell you.
Yeah, I picked the same team and I thought.
Thanks, mate. You do select.
Do you want to
Didn't have, I didn't have Ray Thompson starting this
time.
No.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. Parry, yeah. Probably some stuff on
If
that.
in doubt, play Parry.
Alright. We're good.
Yeah, surprisingly no changes to team from last night.
Yeah, it's a short turnaround, so we really haven't got any problems from last night's game. Everyone's okay. There's a few blokes a bit sore, but Ray Thompson, that was a part of Michael's game that he improved last night, and his running game was very good. I think he had a couple of strong carries, and so it'll be a decision to be made later in the week.
He's come on a bit, hasn't he, Neil? Morgan, he's not playing it pretty direct. And
He get a bit of confidence about his running. Like he's a handful and quite strong. He's a big lad too. He's 90 odd kilos, so he got through the line a couple of times. I was very happy.
It's just tough to change that winning formula, particularly with great wins like the Storm and Tigers.
Oh yeah, it is, and but Morgan was a bit scratchy against the Storm, but he was much better last night. And you've got to also have some faith in the guys that have played some footy too. So and Ray certainly commands that, but it became a tough decision for me a bit later in the week, as you said.
If Ray weren't to play first grade, would he be rested, or do you think he'd be forced to play kick-up?
I'd have to, again, that's a tough call too. His fitness is pretty good, like he's aerobically, and his strength's coming back, so it might be one of those, be a case for him to keep strengthening his shoulder, like he did something like that. He did partial dislocated, so it was quite nasty. So, and he might require surgery at the end of the year anyway. I'll say, well, he will require some surgery. So, it's a matter of getting as strong as it can be. So another week's not going to hurt that.
how big a challenge is it mentally to go in there to face the Bulldogs after a short turnaround game like that?
It's a big challenge for us, there's no doubt. Their winning streaks have been unbelievable, and they played a very, very tough physical game, a high quality game against Manly, and it was great to watch it. They would have taken a bit out of them, but they've got an extra 3 days rest on top of what we've got. So look, it's a good challenge. It'll give us a gauge of where we're at, and I think if Matty Bowen and Jonathan and are contributing like they have been, and our other guys are stepping up as well. I've been very happy with Matt Scott, Brent Tate, our senior players, and our experienced players now. And even though he's quite young, Jimmy in the front row, James has been great for us as well. So if our starting props are doing what they're doing, I think we can be a handful for any team.
What do you do to get ready? You guys seem to have mastered the long turnaround. You've done it twice and won those games. But what do you do when it's just 4 or 5 days?
We haven't got. The boys are really in recovery mode. We do a review today, and we only have one run with the ball. That'll be Thursday afternoon, and that'll be a fairly light run. We've gone to actually training 48 hours before we travel. Now we don't train on the day we travel away, so that freshens the boys up a bit more too. So we've tinkered with that a bit. So that seems to be been successful for us on away games.
Do you think there's less of a reliance now on JT? I mean, obviously he's still dominant, but other guys around him seem to be stepping up now. It's more of a collective performance.
Yeah, I think that. Brent Tate, the senior guys, Dallas Johnson, Glenn Hall was very good last night and played under a bit of duress as well, being a bit sick. So and our bench is working well. Ricky Thorby and Ashton Sims coming off the bench as well. So I think it's a 17-man game. You need everyone to contribute, and when we're doing that, it does take the reliance of Jonathan to be the total spark in attack. And when Matty's in the form is in too, he can ignite things from the back. So again, they're complementing each other. And I thought Jonathan was very good last night. Again, he played under a bit of duress himself, and very good kicking game. We got 3 repeat sets in the second half. He was doing a lot of that, although Matty Bowles was kicking a fair bit for us. But he certainly he got targeted a bit, and he handled that. It was a physical game for him, and he came up with a couple of nice plays as well. So, look, I think he's in good form and he's in a good frame of mind.
You mentioned Dallas, it's his 200th game this weekend, so it's a big milestone for him.
Yeah, it is a milestone for him. Like he's had his year in playing for the Dragons in the Super League in England, and come back. And I suppose it's a testament to the, I suppose, one of the battlers of the game. He's not a big man. He plays a tough style of football. He's represented Australia and he's played a number of Origin games. So he's a great, I suppose, inspiration for probably the smaller players in the game too, given the role he plays. And he's certainly an integral part of our team. He does a lot of work around the ruck and a lot of stuff that goes unnoticed about tidying up for us. So he's a big part of us, and it's a great milestone for him.
Which way goes collectors return to first grade?
Yeah, good. He's a crowd favourite. Like he can find the try line, and I was more than happy with his contribution attack wise. And we got stretched there a couple of times defensively, but other than that one occasion, I think the ball got outside him. He was very good, and that's an area of his game that he's been working hard on. So he's good under the high ball on most occasions too. So, but he has that knack of turning up, which is a bit of an X factor about him, which is great.
Yeah, what's your view on shoulder charges in league when it seems to be pushed to eradicate them? Do you think it changes the fabric of the game, or what are your views?
Oh, look, I think this whole concussion thing. I mean, I know that the doctors are looking really at things and looking at, and it needs to be looked at. We're talking about player welfare here, but I think the shoulder charge has been part of the game, as you said, the fabric of the game for so long that I wouldn't like to see it made illegal. I think there's more of a case for gang tackling than there is shoulder charges. I mean, you're limited to the number of shoulder charges you see in a game. Some games you don't see any at all, and we've seen a few this year. And I think the review committee look at it, and if there's contact with the head of the player carrying the ball, well, it's illegal. I mean, any contact with the head. And the only problem with shoulder charges are that there's a timing issue there, but then there's factors like is the player falling into the contact and things like that as well. So, look, it's a bit of a grey area as far as the charges that have been laid, I think, but I would like to see it remain part of the game. But as with any foul play, if the head of the player carrying the ball is hit, well then it's a high shot, even if it's accidental, and that'll be deemed to be you front the judiciary for those sorts of things. I would like us to see really look at the third man in tackles. I think there's a call there for if two people are holding the attacker, that's the maximum numbers you can have. If the third man comes in, any third man comes in to take the legs, he's penalised. But if three are hitting the player simultaneously, well, that's okay. It's a gang tackle. But I just don't like the player, the third man coming in. We saw a bit of it last night, just coming in and attacking the single leg of the man already held by two. And I think we really need to look at that. That's a simple thing that we could sort out, that third man.
So the old prowl is a bigger danger than the shoulder charge?
Yeah, I think we see far more third man coming in attacking legs than you do shoulder charges. And I think the potential for knee injuries from that sort of tackle is greater than the risk of head injuries from shoulder charges.
And just on the team, sorry, is there any chance that Jason will be coming back to the first grade, or do you prefer to see him stay up, whether it's in NYC or Queensland?
Yeah, well, he won't be able to play Queensland Cup this week because the Cutters have a bye, so he'll be listed. He should be playing in the 20s team. Either Joel Thompson, we'll have a look at their 18th man, but at the moment Ray Thompson's there, and we'll make a decision later.
Thanks, Neil. So he should be playing.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, okay.